Hey, welcome to WLG Sports Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about some very good topics. We're going to be talking about the NFL, the ALCS, NLCS, and some NBA action. So let's get started with the NFL. We're going to talk about Week 7. So we'll start with Thursday night. What do you think, Will, with Thursday night football?
Um, I wasn't shocked. I think even with Case Keenum starting, it was what I anticipated. I mean, the Browns defense is great. They have a lot of offensive weapons even without Chubb and Hunt. I mean, Case Keenum's a serviceable quarterback. I wouldn't call him a starter by any means, but he's one of the best backups in football. I think the biggest surprise was Dearness Johnson. I mean, who would have thought he was going to be that good? I mean, I picked him up
Very
for
true.
fantasy, so that kind of helped me. But I mean, on the Broncos side, they don't really have much. Bridgewater's been up and down this season. Last night he wasn't very good.
No.
And Melvin Gordon has been a very disappointment.
Yeah, he has. Melvin Gordon is on his way out, I think. I think Javonte Williams, a rookie, he looks very good. I think last night he did really good. He had a receiving touchdown, and he looks more explosive when he gets the ball than Melvin Gordon. I think Melvin Gordon is on his way out. He's going to end up getting less and less carries as the season goes on. But, yeah, the Browns, I was actually kind of shocked. I didn't think the Browns were going to win because Hunt and Chubb have been like their whole offense this year. Like that's what the Browns are. They run. And Baker Mayfield just does what he needs to do to get through. Odell Beckham is absolutely awful. He is a complete shell of what he used to be. Jarvis Landry is, he's coming off that IR. And Case Keenum, yeah, he did what he had to do. Dearness Johnson was very good. It seems like it doesn't matter who you put behind the Browns offensive line, they're going to rush well. And the Broncos, they started off real good, started off the season hot. Bridgewater was even doing pretty good. But now, man, that guy looks like the worst quarterback in football. He looks awful.
Well, if you look at who the Broncos played to start the season, there's a reason their record was what it was. They didn't play anybody good.
Yeah, that's true.
The Broncos don't have a ton of weapons, if we're going to be honest. Like when Noah Fant's really your number one guy, that's not saying a lot. They have Patrick and Sutton when he's healthy. They're okay receivers. Neither of them are great. Again, Melvin Gordon's on his way out. He's getting too old, too injury prone. Williams will start eventually. The Broncos defense is mid-tier. It's nothing phenomenal. Teddy Bridgewater also mid-tier. He's serviceable, but he's probably not going to win you any big games. He's just going to try to get the job done. But again, that's the best they got. Their offense isn't anything special. Their defense is okay at the best. And I mean, they played a depleted Browns team and still lost. So I don't think that's any good things to say about the Broncos after last night.
No, it's a rough day to be a Broncos fan. Rough season. Yeah, I miss Peyton Manning.
You and me both. But, I mean, when you look at Bridgewater's numbers, 23 for 33, which isn't terrible.
That's all right.
187 yards, so he's less than 10 yards per completion. That's not very good.
That's not very good.
2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So it's not like he necessarily had an awful game, but he should have capitalized more.
Definitely. The Browns were very vulnerable, and the Broncos pretty much, for the most part, had their whole team on offense.
They didn't have any injuries.
I know Sutton.
I think, Judy and Hamler were out.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy.
Hamler's been out.
Yeah. And not that Hamler would have – I don't think KJ Hamler would have made that much of a difference.
No.
I don't think he's NFL-type material.
No. I mean, Jerry Jeudy seems like he would have probably made a difference. I like Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Judy's the best receiver in his draft class, but
No
you know,
way.
I can name at least 3 better.
Yeah, so can I. Maybe 4.
I like Jerry Jeudy. I'm a big believer. He doesn't have a quarterback. He's never had a quarterback in NFL level yet. The Broncos I don't know why they can't find a quarterback. If they get a quarterback, I'm telling you, I watched that game last night and I kept saying to myself, I'm like, man, if the Broncos had a quarterback, they have a mid-tier defense. It's good. It's good. It's all right. They have weapons on offense. The Javonte Williams looks good. They have a veteran in Melvin Gordon. And, he's in it. Then you got Sutton. I like Sutton. Sutton's coming. He's not 100%. Noah Fant is awesome. I really like Noah Fant. I think he's a top 5 tight end in the NFL. So if they got a quarterback, I think they would be pretty decent.
Probably, but that's a lot to ask for. Who really wants to go to Denver?
Yeah, I know. Denver sucks.
Yeah, I mean, with the altitude and everything, you don't willingly go to Denver unless you're John Elway or Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and they're so good. But, we were just talking earlier about, the Rockies, Denver and the Colorado Rockies, you know how Colorado is.
Yes, but as we move off of the Thursday night football game, let's get into predictions for the rest of week 7. So the first game scheduled for Sunday at 1 p.m. is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. Gage, who do you got winning that game?
That's a tough one. I think the Titans will win that game. I think the Chiefs' defense is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Derrick Henry's going to have a field day. Mahomes is Mahomes. He's great, but he hasn't looked like himself this year to me. He's turned the ball over a lot, he's made dumb decisions, like decisions that you wouldn't expect of him usually. And I know Hill and Kelsey are amazing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire's hurt, but Darrell Williams actually looks not bad. I like the Titans.
You and me both, and I hate to say that. But I think personally, when I look at the Tennessee Titans, I think they're just an all-around better football team at the moment. I mean, like you said, that Chiefs defense is terrible. And I don't know, when I really look at the way that the Kansas City Chiefs are built, it reminds me a lot of a Big 12 team. I know it's the NFL, and there's a difference between the NFL and college football, but you have a high-powered offense, but you have a defense you can't stop anybody. I mean, that's typical Big 12. I mean, look at Oklahoma, Texas Tech. They've been known for high-power offenses, but they have defenses that can't stop anybody. So, I mean, I think that's going to be the Chiefs' downfall the rest of the season, and I think the Titans win big.
Big? How big?
I'm thinking like 35-14.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the exact opposite of what you guys are saying.
Okay.
I don't think the Chiefs are gonna win big. I have the Chiefs winning in a shootout. I think Kansas City is just too good to be in a slump like they are. Tennessee's coming off a big win. They might be a little vulnerable at this point. I got Kansas City winning like 45-38. Mahomes throws 5 touchdowns. Tyreek and Kelsey get it big on the mix. I just think Kansas City's going to go off offensively. Yeah, their defense isn't going to be able to stop Tennessee, but I don't think Tennessee's defense is that good either. And I think Kansas City has a better offense. Yes, Derrick Henry is phenomenal, but I got to go with Kansas City by a touchdown on this one.
I don't blame you, and I actually think that score would be realistic, especially, Tennessee defensively, it is not good at all. But, Derrick Henry, I think he is putting together a season for the ages. This is going to be a season that's going to go into the record books, especially with the extra game.
Very well could be true. With those records, though, it should almost be an asterisk next to it since, these guys all get one extra game to play and no one else had that.
Yes.
That's true.
So the next game we have on the schedule is also scheduled for 1 p.m. is the Washington football team versus the Green Bay Packers. Gage, who do you think's going to win?
Well, I don't even think that's as big of a question. I think Green Bay is actually going to win that handily. Washington actually puts up a fight against most every team they play, but they never are able to usually finish. So, and they have a decent defense. Their pass rush is good. I think Green Bay wins it. I think Green Bay wins it 21-3. I think the Green Bay's defense is actually pretty solid. They'll stop Taylor Heineke and his band of brothers. I don't think the Washington offense is good. Terry McLaurin's great, but Heineke, Ricky Steele-Jones, Antonio Gibson's a fraud. He is very disappointing.
He is a fraud.
Yeah, I don't really like Washington on offense. Their defense, I like Chase Young, very good. Jonathan Allen up in the middle in the defensive nose tackle, he's really good. And then I have Landon Collins. I love him. But yeah, I don't think they're going to win. Green Bay's got this.
I would agree with you. I think this is another game. Green Bay wins big. I mean,
Ooh.
the Packers' offense is rolling right now. I mean, you can't stop Aaron Rodgers. I mean, after week 1, he was embarrassed, and now he's playing like a top 5 quarterback again. I don't trust Taylor Heineke much. I mean, I think they'll put up points. I think the Packers win 35-10.
See, Will, that's really funny because I was thinking exactly what you guys are saying, and I was going to say all the same things. I was going to say my score prediction was going to be 34-10. So yeah, I mean, I agree with everything. If football team's offense is very meh. Packers offense is rolling right now. I don't think this will be a very good game.
Yeah, I mean, Mason Crosby might miss an extra point. It's at Lambeau.
And 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals, 34.
Yeah, I can see that.
So the next game on the list would be the Bengals and the Ravens, also scheduled for 1 p.m.
Ooh.
Gage, who do you got?
That's going to be a good game. Probably one of the games of the day, best games of the day. The Bengals are actually good now. Last year they weren't, but this year they look really good. Jamar Chase, he looks like he's going to be one of the new, premier wide receivers in the NFL. He looks great. He has great chemistry with Joe Burrow. The Ravens also look great. That comeback against the Colts. Sorry, Will. But yeah, it was amazing. Lamar and Mark Andrews got their chemistry rolling. Lamar Jackson's probably the most entertaining and explosive quarterback I've ever watched. It'll be a great game. I think the Ravens win it 30-27.
Taking my score predictions.
I think it's a divisional match. I mean, those teams in the AFC North always seem to fight each other hard. I think that no matter who they're playing, unless you were playing the old Browns, it was always a tough, hard-fought game that was low scoring. I think that's going to remain the same. I think this is going to be a Ravens win 17-14.
Nice.
See, I also think it's going to be a very good game. 2 really good teams. I predict Joe Burrow to have a field day, which I don't really know why because the Ravens defense is pretty solid. But I think it's going to go into overtime. Bengals are going to get the ball and not going to score, and Justin Tucker is going to kick some crazy 58-yard field goal for the win. Because that's what he does.
Yeah, he is the record holder, longest field goal in history. He is probably the best kicker of all time.
Yeah, that's just what that's what he's good at, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the next game on the list is the Giants and the Panthers also scheduled for 1 p.m. Gage, I don't want to ask you this, but who do you got?
Man, this is probably my favorite game of the day. I'm not saying it's going to be the best game of the day, but it's my favorite game of the
I
day.
think I know why.
I think now it's a big if, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Giants might be the most injury-riddled offense in the NFL right now. Kenny Golladay not playing, already rolled out. Saquon Barkley already rolled out. Sterling Shepard, he's going to play probably, but he's a little hobbled. Kadarius Toney, I know everybody made fun of him, but he looked really, really good for 3 weeks. He is also hurt, not playing most likely. Evan Engram, he hasn't done much, and I have been very disappointed with him. I really think he's talented and he's extremely fast, and then Daniel Jones, he was absolute garbage last week, but I think he has a rebound day. I think he's going to rush a lot. I think Sterling Shepard's going to have a great day. I think the Giants are going to lose, unfortunately, to the Panthers. The Panthers are on a slump right now, but I think they're going to pull it out. Chuba Hubbard probably has a great game. Giants defense isn't very good. Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson are going to have their chemistry back to normal because it's been a little weird lately. I think they'll have a big day. I think the Panthers win it 24-21.
I think the exact opposite of you.
Wow.
I think not like the outcome. I still think the Panthers are going to win. But like you said, the Giants' offenses, they're already not that great of an offense. I think their main problem is the quarterback position. And I think they're going to struggle. I think they put up a touchdown, but I think the Panthers win this single-handedly, 24-7. And Sam Darnold's going to shine like he has early in the season because, I don't know, I'm just a big Sam Darnold believer. I'm not a real big believer in Daniel Jones. I think he's a bust.
Okay. Let's hear what Luke has to say, and then I'll respond.
All right. So I'm not too far off from what Willie's saying. I don't believe the Giants' offense is any good. Quarterback's a liability. When you turn the ball over 2 or 3 times a game, you got problems there. The Panthers haven't been playing that great recently. So this could be a game the Giants steal, but with all their guys out, I don't see any way it happens. No. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a good day against this defense. I'm going to go Panthers 27-10.
Okay. All right. So I mentioned that I don't think the Giants are going to win. And let me be clear here. The only reason I'm saying they're going to lose is because of how injured they are. You know, if they had Barkley and Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay, I think they win. Sam Darnold, well, I don't know if you can say that he's better than Daniel Jones. I get that he had a good start to the year, but it's kind of like the same argument as the Broncos. They played bad teams. You know, Sam Darnold through the past 2 weeks has been, well, how do I say it? Bad, really bad. I don't know, man. I'm not a big Sam Darnold believer at all. I think people use this term a lot, but same old, same old.
Okay, I understand your criticism with Sam Darnold, but it's also the same excuse you can make with the Giants with Daniel Jones. You take away Sam Darnold's biggest weapon in Christian McCaffrey, he has to adapt. He's getting used to an offense. It's his first year in that system. He's getting used to weapons not having his number one weapon. I mean, it's going to take some time, but I can say full-heartedly when I watch tape of them and I watch them play, Sam Darnold is a more capable quarterback than Daniel Jones. You won't change my mind. You'll see it Sunday too.
I don't know how you believe that. If you look at Daniel Jones, he is way better at running It's not even close.
Running,
all
Not
about
that
the quarterback
running.
position is not all about running. It's about how
I think-
accurately you can pass the ball. We go back and forth with this all the time.
Jones is
Tell
way
me
more
one
accurate
time a
than
running
Sam Darnold.
quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl.
They
Besides
haven't,
Russell
but
Wilson, and you really can't count him.
no, I'm not. Look, I get that, but Daniel Jones is way more accurate. Daniel Jones has never had a good offensive line. Daniel Jones is just, man, he has the intangibles. He just needs a line, and he needs his team to stay healthy.
I mean, Daniel Jones can rush for 70 yards in a game,
By
but
the
he
way,
might fumble once and throw a pick and
hey,
complete 55% of his passes. How does that help him? It really doesn't.
It doesn't help. But let me just tell you here, Daniel Jones, last week threw 3 picks. It was bad, but he was coming off a concussion. I don't think he was fully ready to go. Personally, I don't know how you could be. What was it? Only like a week, 7 days? How do you recover in 7 days? I don't know. Really weird, but yeah, the Giants, they'll get better. Once they get a line, which this draft coming up, that is all they need to do, get linemen. Oh, man, I can't wait. The future of Daniel is strong. And you know what? Robbie Anderson is in Carolina. Him and Darnold should have some chemistry after all those years on the Jets. So, it's not like he doesn't have a good receiver.
Okay, we'll get off. We'll spend hours on this topic, so we're going to get off of the whole Daniel Jones versus Sam Darnold conversation. The next game is the Dolphins and the Falcons. Gage, who do you got winning?
The Dolphins and the Falcons, eh? That is something. I got the Falcons, no doubt about it. The Falcons actually turned it around a little bit. They look a lot better than they did at the beginning of the year. Matt Ryan is trying to prove that MVP year was not a fluke. He's going to win it for him. Cordero Patterson has revitalized his career. And Calvin Ridley's good. I like them a lot. Kyle Pitts, the rookie tight end, I like him. He's a good tight end. They're going to have big days. The Dolphins, Tua, I think he looks like more of a bust than Daniel Jones ever will. So I got the Falcons winning it. I think they're going to put up 42 on the Dolphins, and they're going to win at 42-14.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons win this week. Regardless of which Falcons team we see, they're probably the most inconsistent football team in the National Football League. They have all the weapons to be great, but for some reason they can never put it all together. I'm going to be a little more conservative. I'm going to say the Falcons win 24-13.
Okay.
A big game from Calvin Ridley.
You would hope, wouldn't you?
I would hope.
What do you think?
So I'm actually going to say the exact polar opposite of what you guys are saying. I think the Falcons are super inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get out of them. One week they will look really good. The next week they look like they could lose to a college team. You just don't know. The Dolphins are probably pissed off they lost to the Jaguars because the Dolphins do have talent. Like, they have pieces there. Why they're not putting it together, I don't know. Maybe that's a head coaching problem. But I think they're going to beat Atlanta this week by enough. I think it's going to be 30-13. Jalen Waddle is going to, go. He's been getting better and better as the season goes on. I think he's going to finally break out a little bit. They need to throw the ball to Mike Gesicki more. He's a beast at tight end. Give him the freaking ball. I don't know why you don't. And I think they're just going to have a bounce back game, and they're going to play like they should. I think they win 30-13.
All right. I can see it. I mean, you're right. The Dolphins do have some talent for sure.
Their running back position is a little questionable, but I mean, I think against Atlanta, you can throw the ball a lot on them. So that's what they're going to do.
I agree. I just don't know if Tua can get it done. I don't have much faith in Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't either, but I'm thinking that this week they're pissed off. They had a good week of practice because they're pissed they lost to the Jags, and they're going to play well.
Okay, the next game is the Jets and the Patriots. What do you think, Gage?
Well, let's look at history, shall we? The Jets rarely ever beat the Patriots. I mean, I get it. It's probably Tom Brady's the reason, but, I don't think anything's going to change. Patriots win it handily. Mac Jones has a big game. Jacoby Myers has a big game. Zach Wilson. I kind of like him, honestly, but he's not that good. He's on the Jets, so they're going to lose 17-10.
I think 10 points is very
Shallow.
generous
Oh.
for the Jets this week. When you look at the game being in Foxborough, you look at rookie quarterback records in Foxborough against the Patriots. I think this game is a demolition derby. I think it's going to be 28-3. Mac Jones is going to have a big day, and Zach Wilson is going to struggle. He'll probably throw 3 or 4 interceptions.
Whoa. Bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this much. Patriots win by a lot. Wilson throws at least 3 picks. I don't know, 35-10. Not a close game. Not a good game. Don't watch it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth watching.
No, maybe Michael Carter might get a touchdown. Maybe.
Okay, as we move into the midday window of games, the first one to kick us off will be the Raiders and the Eagles. What do you think, Gage?
I like that game. I'll talk about it here in a second. I want to bring something up. You said about Foxborough and rookie quarterbacks. Let me just throw something out there. Foxborough is not intimidating anymore to play. Like, that's not the same. Tom Brady was the reason people were afraid to go to Foxborough, and why that record that Belichick and Brady had in Foxborough was so amazing. Why the Patriots win at home is because of Brady. So I don't want to hear, oh, they're playing in Foxborough. Who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. But anyway, Raiders, Eagles. I like Jalen Hurts, actually. I shouldn't like him. He's a division rival, but I think he's really good. I think Miles Sanders is going to get his job stolen by Kenneth Gainwell here soon. I like Jalen Reagor. I really like that guy. Hasn't done much, but I really like him. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Raiders. The Eagles are going to beat them 20-17. Pretty defensive game for the most part, I think. And the Raiders just aren't going to get it done. Josh Jacobs will get a touchdown, that's for sure. Eagles win.
Okay, I'm going to touch back on what you said about the Jets and the Patriots. We shouldn't really be talking about this, but I'm going to remind you of one thing. That head coach up there in New England, Mr. Bill Belichick, is the greatest defensive mind in NFL history, okay? Even Tom Brady, when he went to Foxborough, he struggled. The Cowboys, one of the best teams in the NFL, went up to Foxborough, and the Patriots almost beat them.
They did.
If you try to tell me that you think that the Foxborough effect isn't still there and it's all strictly Tom Brady, let me remind you of one thing. That Patriots defense basically swamps over those rookie quarterbacks. When they go to Foxborough, they're not scared of Tom Brady. They're scared of facing that defense that is a well-oiled machine year in and year out. Yeah, Tom Brady has a lot of influence, but the fear for rookie quarterbacks going to Foxborough is because of that defense. Okay? But as we get back to the Raiders and the Eagles, I think you couldn't be more wrong about Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts is an NFL caliber quarterback. He has not shown me anything this year. The Eagles' play calling starts with Nick Sirianni. He needs to rush the ball more, and he he's just a terrible play caller. I don't know what happened to him when he was play calling in Indy. It was completely different. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts hasn't offered much this season.
Oh,
Miles Sanders, I mean, he doesn't get the ball enough. And Jalen Reagor has done absolutely nothing. To me, he's like the fourth wide receiver on that team.
oh
Even
man,
Quez
you like
Watkins is
Quez
better.
Watkins?
Quez Watkins is a lot better. And to think, he wasn't a high round pick. He was like a sixth round pick. And he's given them more value than Reagor has so far. So
Rager's terrible.
I think the Raiders win this game, even without John Gruden and all that, because I think they just want to move on past that. I think the Raiders win this game 17-10.
All right.
Yeah, I actually do kind of like Jalen Hurts in a way. I do think the play calling is really weird, especially with him. I don't see them having a lot of weapons at wide receiver. I think Devontae Smith's probably their best receiver. Rager's awful. Quez Watkins is okay, but he's not great, and that's not good when he's like one of your main guys. Miles Sanders has been awful. Don't understand it. Thought he was going to have a breakout year. He hasn't done anything. The Raiders have some pieces. I like the Raiders, and I think they're kind of pissed over the whole Gruden thing. I don't really think they wanted John Gruden to leave, to be honest.
No.
I think they're mad that he left. They might be motivated. Maybe they'll make a playoff push for the season. I don't know. But I think it's going to motivate him. Derek Carr's been playing well. Even with Josh Jacobs, as good as he is, Kenyon Drake can give you a lot. I know he hasn't, but he definitely can. Yeah, I see the Raiders winning kind of big here. We're going to go 27-10.
Okay.
Raiders.
So the next game on the midday card, and I don't know if we really got to spend much time talking about this, but it's kind of a reunion. It's going to be the Lions versus the Rams. I think this is a blowout. It's in LA. I think this is 35-3. I think this is a slaughter.
Whoa. Dang, man. That's a little harsh. Is that your whole take?
That's my whole take. That's all I have to say about that game.
All right. Well, let me give you my take here. Can I say something quick, though? I smell a fraud. I know a fraudulent NFL team when I see one. All right. I call them out every year. I'm going to call them out this year. The Raiders, I know it's last topic. They are frauds. I'm just going to tell you. But
Gage,
anyway,
you're not that good.
let's get back to the Rams. The Rams are going to
How can you be a fraudulent team when you're not that good?
But people think they are good. That's the problem.
I don't think that they're that good.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
I don't see anybody hyping up the Raiders.
No.
I see some people hyping them up.
I don't know who you talked to.
The Browns
I
are
haven't
frauds.
seen that.
Aren't they second in their division?
That doesn't mean they're frauds.
Yeah, once again, who have they really played?
Well, they beat the Ravens.
Yeah, and Carson Wentz almost beat the Ravens. What's
Carson
your
Wentz
point?
is good. Carson
Okay.
Wentz is really good, actually. You know, he was my MVP prediction.
It was an awful prediction.
Anyway, I'm going to get back to the Rams. I don't think, it's going to be that big of a blowout. Look, the Lions are bad. They're probably not going to win a game this year, but somehow they always put up a fight. I don't know how, but they always seem to put up points. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that big of a blowout. The Rams are definitely going to win. There's no doubt in my mind. They'll probably hang 48 on them, and the Lions will probably get 28. That's my score.
See, I don't think this game's going to be as bad as you guys say, to be honest with you. I'm not that high on the Rams, personally. I do think they're a good team, but I don't think they're amazing. Are they going to beat the Lions? Yes, they're going to beat the Lions. They're not going to lose to the freaking Lions. However, I have always kind of had a soft spot for Jared Goff. I think he gets a lot of criticism for stuff that's not all his fault. Now, I don't think he's a top quarterback in the league, but I don't think he's terrible. I think he's going to connect. I think he's going to throw a couple touchdown passes. I don't think it's going to be a close game, though. I'm going to go 34-17, but I think the Lions will make it semi-interesting in the first half because they always do. But golf is not that bad.
Yeah. Fair assessment.
Okay, the next game on the window will be the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. What do you think, Gage?
Buccaneers and the Bears. Wow, what a game. I'll tell you. I think the Buccaneers win it. I bet you're shocked to hear that. I think they win it big, big, big. 55, right? And you ready for the Bears score?
3.
7. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He'll always be the GOAT. He is playing his best start to a season ever. And the Bears, Justin Fields is struggling mightily. Allen Robinson looks like he doesn't even exist, and it's really sad. Really, really sad.
Whatever happened to Anthony Miller? He was pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to him.
yeah, their best wide receiver right now is Mooney.
That's a sad day. Yeah. What more is there to say?
I don't know, but I think this is going to be a Buccaneers win. Will it be a blowout like you just said? I don't think so. I think the Buccaneers can put up 38 points, and I think the Bears will put up 24 points.
Okay.
Although Justin Fields hasn't really impressed me this year. He's struggled this season. But that's about all I'll have to say. Brady will have a big day, and I think Leonard Fournette will have a big day.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say either. The Bears' defense is not terrible. They're not going to give up 55 points. That's not going to happen. But I was huge on Justin Fields in the preseason, like really huge. I was like, this guy's going to be rookie of the year. He's a stud. Nope, not seeing that at all. I think 34-10. That's fair.
So the next game will be the Texans versus the Cardinals.
Oh, God.
Are there any good, like, all the good games? Did we already talk about all the good games? This is probably the worst game.
The Sunday night
terrible.
game might be pretty good.
This is bad. The Cardinals, they look good. They're going to destroy the Texans. There's only one thing I like about the Texans, and that is Brandon Cooks. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to add much there. That's going to be a blowout. Cardinals win. Cooks will get his numbers, but it doesn't matter because you're not going anywhere with that. So Cardinals win big time.
Yeah, 47-3. Texans don't score a touchdown. If there's an offensive player on the Cardinals, they're probably going to score a touchdown. Not close.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if every single position player on that Cardinals offense scores a touchdown.
Yeah, bad game. Really bad.
Okay, so now we move into Sunday night football. You have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Indianapolis Colts.
I used to think it was a good game.
Gage.
Wow. When you said good game, I didn't know you meant this good of a game. That is going to be a great game. Carson Wentz is going to light it up, and they're going to win it. They're definitely going to win it. That's my guarantee of the week, actually. They're going to win that game.
You missed on
The
everyone.
49ers.
They're going to lose, Willie. You know it now. They're going to lose.
That's my guarantee. The Colts beat the 49ers. It's going to be
Charles
close.
Barkley's guarantees are better than this.
The Colts are going to win 24-21. Carson Wentz scores all the points except the field goal. And as for the 49ers, I do like them. I think they're the worst team in the NFC West. Actually, I take that back. Seattle is. But the 49ers will run a lot. They don't have George Kittle yet, I don't think. Deebo Samuel, I love him. He'll have a big game. Yeah, what the Colts, man. Michael Pittman Jr. He's my favorite receiver in the AFC. Can you believe that? I love Michael Pittman Jr.
Faggot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great game. I'm not going to throw out a guarantee that the Colts win just because the 49ers have a lot of talent. And I'm still not very high on Carson Wentz. But I guess the good thing is T.Y.'s back. T.Y. had a good game last week. Pittman's really stepped up. Jonathan Taylor is a beast. That guy's an absolute unit. And you can say Pittman is your favorite wide receiver in the AFC. Well, I'll tell you, the 49ers have my favorite running back in the NFC. And he is injured right now, which is Raheem Mostert. And to me, when that guy's on the field, he is a game changer. But I think the Colts win 28-24.
All right.
So I see you were going with the trend of Willie basically stealing my score predictions. My score prediction was 27-24. The Niners are all right. Jonathan Taylor is an absolute freak. I think he'll have a field day. He'll get his touches. He'll do what he's got to do. Carson Wentz, in all honesty, as much as I like to bash him because he sucks, he's actually not bad. He's actually playing pretty well this year. He's going to continue to play well. Yeah, I got the Colts winning 27-24.
Okay, as we move into Monday Night Football, we have a game that I think could be one of, not like score-wise, ugly, but I think could be one of, might be the ugliest game of the week for fundamentals and just all on football. And it's going to be the Saints versus the Seahawks. What do you think, Cage?
Ooh, that's an interesting game. Geno versus Jameis. Wow. That is a quarterback matchup to live and watch.
That is
cool.
something.
Wow. What a Monday night game. I think the Saints are going to win it. Michael Thomas is not back yet, but I think Kamara has a big game. I think Taysom Hill has a big game. You know why? They're going to line him up at tight end, and he's going to have a good day. The Seahawks, Alex Collins is probably the one who's going to start at running back. I don't remember if he's going to play or not. I think he's questionable.
He is
but
questionable.
if he does, I think he will have a good, decent day. Geno Smith, I have a big problem with him just because he's the one that broke Eli Manning's Iron Man streak. So that hurts bad. I think he's going to have a rough day. The Saints win it 17-0 shutout.
Do you think it's going to be an ugly game fundamentally?
Yes. Geno Smith doesn't know how to play football. Jameis Winston is a gunslinger that throws a lot of picks. That's how it goes.
I think the two of them are going to throw a lot of picks this week. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of scoring. I think it's going to be a terrible game for Monday night. I think it's going to be a 9-3 Saints win. You might not even see a touchdown. I think this game is going to be a disaster.
Whoa.
See, I do not think this game is going to be nearly as bad as you guys are talking about. There's a lot of weapons on both sides of the field. You got Lockett, you got DK. The Saints have a couple guys, I don't know. But I think Seattle wins 17-10. Geno Smith is going to figure out how to get DK and Lockett the ball. He's going to try at least. But I don't think it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's probably going to be pretty boring, but I think Seattle wins. Bobby Wagner picked 6.
Okay. That brings the NFL segment to an end. Now we can move into the MLB Postseason Playoffs.
Wonderful.
That's kind of redundant what I just said there. But before we get started talking about the ALCS and the NLCS, we all made predictions. And as of right now, only one of our predictions for the World Series is still possible, which was Luke's with the Astros and the Dodgers. So I guess before me and Gage talk about this, I guess, Luke, do you want to make any adjustments to that, or are you still riding with that?
Honest to God, I'm still riding with it. I think they're the 2 best teams left. The Astros are looking really hot right now. I think the Dodgers figured out how hot they can be. And no, I'm completely staying locked in with my prediction.
Okay. Gage.
Yeah.
What is your new prediction?
As you know, I have been wrong about just about every possible way you can be wrong in this MLB postseason. I said the Cardinals would win guaranteed. They lost. I think I'm going with the Braves because they're the Braves and they're great. And then the Astros. Braves will win the NLCS guaranteed. That's not my I shouldn't say that. I already made my guarantee. But they'll probably win it. I mean, if they lose again, if they're up 3-1 and lose again, I said this before the show started. They should just give up as a franchise. Just everything should just go away. That'd be embarrassing. The Dodgers are good, but hey, they can't do this forever where they say, "Oh, we're so good, we don't need to win yet." And then they come back and win. Yeah, they can't do that forever.
Very interesting. So I am going to make a prediction. So I'm going to try to stay a little – I don't want to, start saying like, oh, yeah, I think it's going to be these 2 teams. I just want to have like a little bit of a different of opinion here. And I know this is going to come back to bite me in the ass when I say this because I know it's not going to happen. So I'm just going to say what I want to see. And I want to see a rematch of 2018 with – or was it – yeah, it was 2018. The Red Sox and the Dodgers.
2018.
I want to see that. That's not my prediction. I think it will be the Astros and the Dodgers, but I'm just going to roll with the Red Sox and the Dodgers. That's what I want to see.
I just want to know, why are you so confident that the Dodgers are going to win? It's not easy coming. They're down 3-2. That's not easy, That's not easy.
You want me to tell you why I'm confident?
Why?
All right. So I like the Braves. I'm rooting for them very heavily. However, they have used almost all of their pitching. It's basically all used. Their bullpen, their whole year, their bullpen has not been great. That's been one of their weaknesses. Their bullpen's just They're okay. They're not great. They have some good hitters, definitely. Freddie Freeman is amazing. Ozzie Albies very good. Austin Riley, very good. Dansby, good. Eddie Rosario has been a great pickup. Jorge Soler is now coming back, which could help. However, when you are the Dodgers and you get a lead and you have a bullpen like they do and a starting pitching rotation like they do in a lineup that might be the best lineup in baseball outside of what I think could be Boston's, it's really tough because the Braves are throwing out guys that they're still experimenting with, like Jesse Chavez and Drew Smyly. They're not that good. They're experimenting. They have a good inning, and you're like, oh, yeah, good for them. But they're not that good, and they're going to break. And the Braves lineup is good, but it's not like Jock Peterson. He's had a really cool story. He's been playing really well. However, Jock Peterson swings way too hard to be consistently getting on base. And I think it's going to bite him in the butt. They're going to try to come from behind. They're not going to be able to do it with that bullpen, and they're not going to win.
Makes me sad.
So here's what
I'm
I
sorry.
think.
I'm rooting for the
Dodgers-
Braves.
To me, with the Dodgers, if my memory serves me correctly, I think their last two pitchers for Game 6 and Game 7 goes Scherzer, then Bueller. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, Corey
No, that's what it is.
might be in there somewhere. I don't know. But I think when you throw those two horses out, I mean, Scherzer, I think you may see Scherzer. Unless he's absolutely dealing, he'll go deep. But I think if it starts to become a blowout, because you can trust that bullpen, they may pull him early. And they might try to use him for Game 7 if they have to somehow. But I don't think I just think that it's in the Dodgers' court. I don't think there's any way they lose Game 6. I think that's a guarantee. I think a guarantee Game 6 will go to the Dodgers, and then for Game 7 will come down to Walker Buehler versus Charlie Morton. No, Charlie Morton pitched a couple games ago, so it'll come down to.
No, Charlie Morton will pitch Game 7.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So Charlie Morton is a hell of a pitcher. I don't know what the hell happened to him after his injury in Philly when he went to Tampa Bay and then to Houston. But I don't know. For some reason, Tampa Bay and Houston can make wonders for pitchers. I don't know what it is about going there or what, but they've really turned Charlie Morton around. But I still think Walker Buehler versus Morton, it'll be a hell of a Game 7. But I think it just goes the Dodgers' way. Like Luke said, that bullpen is just too good. That lineup is just tremendous. I feel like the Braves are all used up, pitching wise.
Well, can I ask you, why do the Dodgers do this? Why they're so good? Why don't they just come out and win it? Like, why did they wait? Why do they wait to turn it on?
Because they're being conservative. They know they're good enough to win it all, but they're trying to use their star players kind of less, which, like, pitching-wise is what they did. They threw Joe Kelly and a bunch of other guys. Alex Vesia. They're okay, but they're not their top guys.
But, like, even in the Cardinals game, like, why did they waited until the 9th inning for someone to actually do something?
I mean, that's just baseball. Like, you never really know.
And, like, I don't know, man. I think the Braves are going to win it. They're going to win it. They're not going to let it happen again.
I'll say the opposite of Willie. I think the Braves need to win Game 6 at home. And if they do not win Game 6 at home, it's done. They're going to lose.
That's what I would think because Game 7.
I don't think they're winning Game 7 in LA. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, the ALCS, though, I don't think Boston has a chance.
I would not say that because Boston's lineup is really good and they can hit on anybody. But the problem is Houston's lineup is also very good and can hit on anybody. And Houston has better pitchers. Maybe Nathan Eovaldi will get something going tonight, which I hope he does because he's looked very good. But, I mean, I don't know. I really like Houston at this point.
Where is Chris Sale of old?
Chris Sale has not been anything.
Why? Where'd he go? Where'd the good Chris Sale go?
He was all right the other night. But then again, you have Boston's bullpen, which is not very good, and they just imploded.
I mean, if you think about it, Chris Sale has never really showed up in big games. I don't know. You think of all the times, the big game matchups he had against the Yankees. The Yankees demolish him.
His ERA is awful against the Yankees.
Yeah. But I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think in the postseason for the Red Sox, their best pitcher has been Nick Pivetta. And I don't even think it's really that close.
I agree 100%.
Nick. Yeah.
It would be cool, though, to see the Dodgers-Red Sox just so you can see Kike Hernandez against the Dodgers, because Kike Hernandez has been carrying the Boston lineup.
He's having a great postseason.
It is pretty crazy, honestly.
So we move. How about the NBA? We're going to talk about that.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Gage,
Why don't
what's
you go
your
ahead,
biggest
Will? Tell us what you
surprises
think
so
about the
far?
NBA. What, of the NBA?
Yes.
Oh, well, I think a big shock, first of all, is how bad Russell Westbrook started his career with the Lakers. You know, I'm a Thunder fan, and that's tough to say nowadays. But watching when I think of Russ, I think of no greater, like when you think about a franchise name and like a guy that lived every day for your franchise, I don't think there's a better name than Russ. That guy loved it in Oklahoma City, and he gave it his all, and that's when he was his best. If he goes to the Hall of Fame, which I think he's a guarantee, you know, he'll be remembered for the Thunder. But yeah, that was a big shock. He was bad. Lakers could not get it going. Another shock, the Thunder. I'm shocked. I thought they were going to be good this year. Because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I thought he could be the guy to carry a franchise.
Gage, he's their only scorer.
Yeah, I thought he could carry the franchise, didn't you?
No.
Oh, well, what about you?
No.
Yeah. Oh, another shock. You know, the Bucks meltdown. But everybody has a meltdown, right?
Yes, that's true.
Gage, let me talk to you on something here for a quick minute.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Russell Westbrook fan. I love him. Dude plays hard as hell. He starts every year off the exact same way. He is always terrible the first 2 months of the season. Always. Always.
So he'll get better.
I would have been shocked if he came out and played well. Like, that is no surprise to me whatsoever. I still don't think it's a good fit, him in LA. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I'm going to be. I love Russ. I don't think he's that good anymore. He's going to deteriorate soon. He plays way too hard for too long of a time period in his career for him to really, you know, last into his mid to late 30s.
Do you guys think Zion Williamson, when does he come back?
Well, apparently, because I have him in fantasy, probably shouldn't have taken him first round. It's probably a mistake. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Do I think he comes back to play in 2 weeks? No way. He's 318 pounds. The dude is
Holy
huge.
shit.
Yeah, there's no way he comes back probably within another month or two.
Oh, man, that's a shame. I really I want him to be a great player.
Oh, I love him. I do love him. But Jesus, like, I don't know what he's doing to his body, but it's not the right thing.
Oh, man, that sucks. What about Terry Rozier? You guys like Terry Rozier?
Yeah, I love Terry Rozier.
You think the Hornets are going to be good?
No.
I think the Hornets could sneak into the playoffs as a 7 or 8 seed. I do have to say, and it's only been one game, so we're talking about biggest surprises. I have a couple. Yeah. Honestly, hate to admit it, the Heat look pretty freaking good. They have a great defense. Bam, Jimmy, PJ Tucker. Honestly, just those three guys in your lineup alone is just defensively awful. Like, good luck scoring on them. Bam is a stud. Jimmy's good. I still think Bam's their best player, not Jimmy. PJ Tucker can guard anybody, and he's going to make your life hell for every minute that you're in the game. Kyle Lowry is a great pickup for them. Remember, they still have Victor Oladipo. I don't know how good he's going to be with his injury, but they have him. Tyler Hero's gay, but, I mean, hey, he can score the ball. There's no doubt about that. And when you have other guys in your line that can score the ball and it takes pressure off you, he's going to score. He's going to get his points. That's what he does. He doesn't play a lick of defense, but he's going to score. So I think the Heat look pretty freaking good. They're probably going to be a top 4 seed in the East. The Celtics-Knicks game the other night, which I didn't watch at all. I haven't watched any of it yet. That was a heck of a game. I think both those teams are obviously East playoff teams. The Knicks are good. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Knicks have talent. They're going to be good. They added Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker to an already pretty solid team. They're going to be good. Julius Randle is good. Evan Fournier is very good when he doesn't have to be the main guy. If Kemba can stay healthy, he'll be good. It's just that's the biggest question mark. Will Kemba stay healthy? Because I don't know if he will. And R.J. Barrett is ascending. R.J. Barrett is going to be an all-star in the next 5 years.
Do you think Mitchell Robinson's good?
I do. However, he put on a lot of weight from his injury. And right now, they're still kind of working with him to get that off. But no, I do think he's good. He's very raw, but he is a good player.
Yeah, I think the Knicks, they look like they're a rising star of a team.
Knicks could be a 4 seed in the East this year. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. What do you think, Will? What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you. One team I've been the most impressed with so far this season has been Golden State. Golden State has been good. The Heat really impressed me. I didn't really expect them to beat the Bucks. I mean, I get it. It's still early. But, I mean, when you think about Butler, Adebayo, PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, you really didn't mention one person was Duncan Robinson. That guy's a sniper. I mean, I get it. He's spotty or whatever. But, I mean, if Omer Yurtseven gets more minutes, I mean, the guy's pretty damn good. He played 8 minutes.
Yurtseven. I love him.
He played 8 minutes. He scored 8 points. I think he had 3 rebounds and a block. That guy's all over the court. With Russell Westbrook, I think that when you think about Russ or when you form any new big three or whatever, it always takes some time. Like, that's what the first, I think, real 30 games are for. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the big three in Miami, they went 15-15 through their first 30 games. So, I mean, it tends to happen. Even with the Lakers, when AD and LeBron first joined, they kind of took some time. So I think that they just got to learn to play. I mean, when you think about Russell Westbrook and LeBron, you have 2 guys who are ball dominant. The ball has to be in their hands. I think that's just something that Russ is going to have to adapt to. But I'm going to make a guarantee for the NBA. I know it's early, but I'm overreacting. But I think you're going to be seeing a Nets and Heat Eastern Conference Finals. And the Heat are going to win, and they're going to win the finals this year.
Whoa.
That's my guarantee.
That's a big prediction. That is a
Tyler Hero's going to win
guarantee.
Most Improved Player. And I'm not going to go far and say Butler's going to be the MVP. But I think Luka will be the MVP this season. But the Heat will win the finals. Guaranteed.
That is – you really think the Bucks aren't even going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I don't think so, no. I think they get bounced in the second round.
The defending champs not making it.
I think they'll have a hangover.
All right. You mentioned big threes and it takes a lot of time to adjust. You know what? Do you remember? I'm a Thunder fan. You know what I'm going to bring up. Do you remember Melo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook? Man, I thought forever, I kept saying, they're going to warm up. 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 They never did. So how often is it that big threes end up like that?
Well, think about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Carmelo Anthony, but he's not, even back then, he wasn't the caliber player that Russ is now, LeBron is now, or AD is now. I mean, you're foolish if you can try to compare those 2 big threes. I don't think it's even close.
What?
I don't think so, no. I don't think so.
It's close either.
But it was still a big three nonetheless.
Okay. You can think it was a big three.
As for your prediction, though, well, your prediction, I don't think it's that off. You know, people can It's not like you're saying the Pacers are going to win the finals.
Gage, would you like to hear my finals prediction?
Yes,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Nets, Warriors.
I would love that.
Yeah. Hi, how can I help you?
Steph versus KD.
Okay. You know the mileage?
I would love
That
that.
was our limited mileage. Email receipt card? Yeah.
It would be Clay's coming back soon. Clay is coming back soon. Steph is already doing what he does. Jordan Poole has looked good. And listen, if Andrew Wiggins, say what you want about Andrew Wiggins, I don't care. If Andrew Wiggins is the fourth guy in that starting lineup, dude is going to score a ton. A ton. Because he can score. And if he's the fourth guy, they're not going to have anyone good guarding him. He's not going to get guarded that heavily. He is going to score the ball a lot.
Definitely. I like Golden State now. I used to not like them, but I like them now.
Yeah, they are a likable team.
They are a likable team. I think
KD is what
really
ruined
cool.
it.
Yeah, it is. KD ruined that team, but now that he's gone, it's like they're kind of cool.
They are cool. I enjoy watching them.
Is Clay coming back? When's he coming
in
back?
about a month?
Okay, so when he gets back, oh man, I'll tell you, if it's Kevin Durant versus Steph Curry in the finals like that, that'd be so freaking cool. And I would be rooting for Steph Curry.
Hey, not to cut you off, but Jordan Alvarez just hit a ball off the top of the fence.
Wow.
1-0 Astros.
Wow.
He literally hit the very top of the fence.
That is he's great.
He's very good.
All right. Well, anybody have last words?
I think the Ben Simmons Sixers drama might be the funniest thing I've ever seen in sports history.
Ben, you gotta love Ben.
I think the Sixers are a very weak franchise for putting up with it and giving him whatever he wants.
Yeah, it speaks volumes.
Yep. And Yankees 2022 World Series champions. You've heard it here first.
Oh boy. That is something.
Yep.
That'd be like me saying Thunder 2022 NBA champions.
Well, the Yankees actually make the playoffs on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know. Any last words, Will?
I guess I'm with more of like a question. What do you guys think about doing something with like fantasy sports? Like, who we think we should sit each week?
Oh yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, for fantasy football and basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yep.
And another thing, when we make these guarantees, I know Gage makes a guarantee every week, and he's been wrong every
And
week.
it's never right.
I think at a point we should have like some kind of like reward system, but it's like an accountability system.
Yeah.
So if you make like
we should
three
track
guarantees, if you make 3 guarantees and all of them are wrong, there should be some form of punishment. Nothing like major, nothing, but just to be like, I don't know. I think it could be entertaining. We could put a video on here or something.
Okay, we can do that starting with this week when I'm correct about the Colts prediction.
Would you like me to make a guarantee as well?
Yeah.
My guarantee for this weekend of sports. My guarantee is the Astros win Game 6 tonight. Guaranteed.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, Gage, is it starting now, or will this be your 3rd guarantee in a row?
No.
We might as well start it now.
Yeah, we'll start it now.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can sign off.
All right.
Like and subscribe to this
All
channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
What's your guarantee, Will?
My guarantee? The Heat one's a guarantee for the year. So if that's wrong, I'll do something at the end of the year that's hilarious. But
all right.
My guarantee for this week will be a Patriots win in Foxborough, or is that not good enough?
Yeah, no, that
Wow, way
That's
to be
fine.
risky.
Okay,
Yeah, my grandma would've picked that
my
too.
guarantee this week will be the Dodgers go to the World Series. That's my guarantee.
Oh, ballsy.
crap. Wow. All right.
Is that
All
good
right.
enough for you, Gage?
That is very good. That's you're gonna be wrong, so I like it.
Okay.
All right. Peace out.
See ya.
Good evening.